Jupiter has a volume of approximately 1.43 times 10 to the 15 kilometers cubed. The volume of Neptune is approximately 6.25 times 10 to the 13 kilometers cubed. How many times bigger is Jupiter than Neptune? Give your answer in standard form. And so in order to answer this question, we have to divide. And so we have 1.43 multiplied by 10 to the power of 15 divided by 6.25 times 10 to the power of 13. Now, in order to divide this, we are going to group them. So we're going to group the decimals, and we're going to group the terms that have 10 as the base. And so we have here is we have 1.43 divided by 6.25, and we have 10 to the power of 15 divided by 10 to the power of 13. Now, notice that we have these two terms, and these two terms have the same base. And whenever you're dividing two terms that have the same base, what you're going to do is you are going to subtract the powers. And so we have 10 to the power of 15 minus 13. So we subtract the powers, 10 to the power of 15 minus 13. And we have 1.43 divided by 6.25, which gives us 0.2288. And so we have 0.2288 times 10 to the power of 15 minus 13. And 15 minus 13 is definitely 2. So we have 0.2288 multiplied by 10 to the power of 2. Now, this is not in scientific notation as yet, because this number, right at this decimal number, has to be a number, has to be any real number from 1 to 10, but not including 10. And so we have, but this number is less than 1. Again, in order for this to be in scientific notation, this number right here has to be a real number from 1 to 10, but not including 10. And this is less than 1. And so what we have to do is we're going to take this decimal point and we're going to move it over. When we move this decimal point over, this becomes what? 2.288 times 10 to the power of -1. And so what we have here is if we take 2.288, we multiply it by 10 to the -1, we will get 0.2288. Now, because we moved it over to the right once, that's why we have 10 to the power of -1, because we move it over to the right once. All right, and now this decimal point was here, but when we move it here in between, we get 2.88. I'm sorry, we get 2.288. All right, and we multiply it by 10 to the power of -1. So this whole expression, or this whole numerical expression that we have here is equal to 0.2288. Now we have 2.288 times 10 to the power of -1 multiplied by 10 squared. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to multiply these two terms that have the same base. Now, whenever you are multiplying two terms that have the same base, you're going to add the powers. And so what we have is we have 2.288 times 10 to the power of -1 plus 2. So what is -1 plus 2? Well, -1 plus 2 is 1. And so what we have here is 2.288 times 10 to the power of 1. And this is in scientific notation, because we have this number here, which is a real number that is from 1 to 10, but not including 10. And so this is definitely in scientific notation, and this is our answer for this question. Now, we have 10 to the power of 1. We can write that as simply 10. We don't have to put it to the power of 1, because 10 to the power of 1 is simply 10. And so we have 2.288 times 10, and this is our final answer to this question.